everybody, welcome to my channel. My name is Mel. Thank you so much for joining me today for the BookTube birthday tag. So this is technically a little bit late. My first video went up on BookTube on the 4th of October, so realistically this should have gone up a few days ago, but I kind of feel like October is my BookTube birthday month, so I figure middle of the month isn't too bad. When I searched this on YouTube to get the questions, I discovered that there were two slightly different tags. I'm not 100% sure how that happened, if someone created the tag first and then someone else added stuff, or if two different people created a tag that was very similar. But I will try to figure out who the original creator/creators were, and I will put that information in the description below. So the idea of this tag is there's a bunch of questions all around your experiences on BookTube, how long have you been here, all of that sort of thing, and that's what I'm going to do today to celebrate my BookTube birthday. I've kind of amalgamated the questions from the two different versions that I found of this tag. Yes, so let's just do that, shall we? Question number 1 is, how many years on BookTube are you celebrating? 3. This is my 3rd year of making BookTube, so yeah, very simple. Next question is, what has kept you motivated to keep making videos? Mostly I would have to say, and I think this is probably a lot of people's answer, the community. I feel like I've made a lot of really amazing friends through doing this, and I found a hobby that I just really enjoy and has become kind of part of my identity, and yeah, I would say that most of that is down to the community. There are just so many amazing people on BookTube, and I feel like I've connected with so many fantastic people and made some really great friendships. So definitely that. Question number 3 is, how have you changed from your first video to now? I feel like I've become more relaxed in front of the camera. I have started including more of my pauses and my thinking time in the videos, and I think that makes you appear more authentic, but also I feel like just in general I've become more relaxed in front of the camera, more relaxed about talking to the camera and just kind of feeling my way. I've never scripted any of my BookTube videos, but I used to have a little bit more of a plan, and in fact this is probably the first time in quite a long time that I've done a tag without working out the answers beforehand. So that's something that I almost always do, but I decided that because this was one of the questions that I would kind of demonstrate that by being very kind of off the cuff. So I feel like probably just be getting more used to sitting in front of a camera, talking to a camera, and getting more relaxed in front of the camera and more used to the idea of talking essentially to myself, but I'm more aware of who is out there and watching and who might be interested, if that makes sense. Question number 4 is, what are 3 of your favourite videos that you've made in the last year and why? So the first one that comes to mind actually fits the next question better, so I'm going to leave it for that. But I think that, this is quite a difficult question. I think that the videos, I've only made a couple now, so the last year I've made 1, and it was an update on my mental health and my IVF journey, or our IVF journey, my partner's and mine, and I feel like I'm very proud of that because that's sharing a really personal thing and a really big thing for us with people outside of my kind of immediate circle. So I feel like, yeah, I'm really proud of doing that. I feel like it is important because people will come across that and hopefully they will feel like they're not alone and that feel like it's okay to talk about these things and talk about our mental health and how it affects us mentally and emotionally. So I'm really proud of that. I'm just trying to think. I mean, I'm proud of my videos in general. I enjoy making them. I enjoy editing them. Hopefully you enjoy watching them. I'm assuming you do because they do quite well, and I have quite a lot of people watching quite a lot of my stuff, which is really fantastic. I'm really proud of the Heartstopper tag that I made quite recently. Nobody has done the tag yet, although I'm sure that there'll be people hopefully popping up soon who have done the tag. Yeah, I'm really proud of that one. I worked really hard on that. I consulted with a bunch of different people about that, and I just feel like it is a great tag because it talks about some aspects of diversity and reading diversely that I've been trying to do this year myself with my own reading, and yeah, I'm really proud of that one. Hopefully it does well, but I can still be proud of it. And I think I'm probably, I mean, like I said, I feel like I'm proud of all my videos, but I think I'm probably next most proud of my Kids Book of the Month videos. They're supposed to be monthly, then they changed to every second month. They haven't been happening for a little while, but I'm really proud of those because I put a lot of time and thought into the books that I'm going to recommend and talking about why, and putting a little bit more into it about literacy and teaching children about literacy rather than just saying, hey, here's some books that I like. Obviously there's nothing wrong with that, that's most of my content, but I just feel like it's a bit of a different video. They don't do super well, which is another reason why I'm actually quite proud of them. I'm proud of myself for continuing to do them even though they don't do super well, just because it's something I enjoy doing and something that I think that those few people that do actually watch them hopefully get something good out of them. So yeah, I will say those three, although the last one was type of video, but we're going to go with it. The next question is, what is your most popular video? And my most popular video by far is my Heartstopper reaction video. For those of you that haven't seen it, I'd be incredibly surprised if you haven't. I will link it in the description below. Anyone and everything that I talk about will be in the description below, so you can go and check them out, subscribe, all of that. But anyway, myself and my friend Michelle got together here at my house and she watched it with me for the first time. What we actually did was we read the first graphic novel and then watched the first 3 episodes and then did like a compare and contrast, and then we read the next graphic novel and then watched the rest of the season and again did a compare and contrast and filmed all of that. And it was a lot of fun to make, and everyone seemed to love it. At last count, it's had 2.3 thousand views. Most of my videos get around 100 views, a little bit more, a little bit less. My TBR videos usually do a bit better and usually get up around sort of 400, 500, but this one got, yeah, is still getting views. 2.3 thousand views. It got up to 1,000 views in the first week. So that was kind of incredible and definitely my most popular video by any margin. The next question is, what have you struggled with on BookTube over the last year and how have you overcome it? Okay, so I feel like I struggle with a little bit of imposter syndrome, and I struggle with worrying about the numbers and comparing myself to other people. So I'm on YouTube. YouTube is set up to encourage you to gain as many subscribers as possible. They want to invest in people who they can then use to advertise, so they're not going to advertise on your channel unless you have 1,000 subscribers and a certain number of watch hours. This is simply because there's no point in investing those potential ad revenue in someone who has less people watching. But because of the way it's set up and the fact that we're all supposed to be trying to get this amazing 1,000 subscriber mark, getting constant subscribers, it is difficult not to buy into that as a requirement and consider your worth as a creator and to a certain extent as a person via those numbers and via constantly gaining numbers. So I struggle with that, and like I said, comparing myself to other people. I've been doing this for 3 years. I'm currently on 962 subscribers last time I checked, which is absolutely amazing and incredible. So close to 1,000, which is where I do want to be, despite what I just said about how it's a fake thing that YouTube has invented. I do want to hit that milestone. But what is really hard is when you move slowly, you watch other people who grow really quickly, and it can feel really upsetting, and it feels like, what am I doing wrong? What am I not doing that other people are doing? Why are they better? And the hardest thing is that in general, they're not better in the sense of what they're producing, what they're doing. We're all doing similar things, And there's obviously nothing wrong with that. That's why we're all here. We obviously like talking about books, but I think that's the hardest thing, is when you see someone who's kind of bounded ahead and just hit the ground running, and it's hard not to feel like, what is wrong with me that they can do that? And I've struggled with that. I don't think I've overcome it. I think that I'm going to be in a constant process of overcoming it. The biggest thing that helped me was reaching out to some friends that I've made because of doing BookTube, not necessarily all BookTubers, but friends that I've made because of doing BookTubers, and sort of just asking for reassurance, asking for a little bit of help if they had suggestions, and just getting people come back and say, you know, you are doing well. Like, yes, it's hard and we understand that and we find it hard too, but you know, we love your stuff, we love your content, and that just getting that reassurance from those amazing friends. And I mean, there are so many reasons why other people do better than you, and I think the thing that, like I said, is difficult about that is when someone who might have started 6 months ago, a year ago, who just suddenly have 1,500 subscribers, 100 subscribers, and I've been doing this for 3 years and I have not hit 1,000 subscribers yet. And that can be really hard, but there's so many different variations on reasons why those people have shot ahead like that. I mean, obviously, partly it's down to content, because I'm sure, you know, they're making the best they can, they're making the most interesting stuff they can, they're doing the best that they can as well, and their content is great. But it's not just about the content that you make. It's about so many different factors. It's about who you know, unfortunately, as well. And I say unfortunately because that does leave those of us who don't know the right people a little bit out in the cold. But, you know, it's not just about the content that you make. And I do struggle remembering that, and that comparison can really bring me down. But reaching out to those people really helped, and I just keep reminding myself that I have amazing subscribers. You guys are incredible. People watching this, thank you so much. I have an amazing community around me who enjoy my videos. So yeah, I don't think I've entirely overcome it, but I think that I'm working on it. Question number 7 is, choose one moment from BookTube in the last year that you would love to relive. I 100% would love, and in fact will next March, relive my Roll of Reads readathon. I had so much fun running that readathon. So many people joined in, and there were so many TBRs, so many people who talked about my channel, who participated in this, who seemed to enjoy it, and it was so amazing and uplifting to see that. And I found some really amazing new channels people hadn't come across before, and that was amazing. And I read quite a few books, and that was really fun. I ran regular reading sprints on my channel more than I do now. I do actually run quite frequent reading sprints on my channel anyway, but I ran even more than I do now. I think twice a week, and I mean, it was a lot of work, but I really, really enjoyed it, and I'm really proud of how it went and just how many people joined in and how much fun we had. So definitely would like to relive it again, and in fact, I will, because I'll be doing the readathon again in March. So yeah. Question number 8 says, shout out a huge supporter of your channel. Where do I start? Like I just said, I have a lot of people who I feel like are an incredible support of me personally, but of my channel as well. The two obvious people that come to mind are Ellie from Earl Books and Lana from Lore and Lullabies. I run the Last Read Book Club with them. They are two of my absolute favourite people in the world here on BookTube in general. They're so lovely, they're so kind, they're so generous, they're just amazing people. So happy to have met them. I consider them some of my closest friends, and yeah, I'm just incredibly lucky to have them. So obviously those two. Paige from Pages with Paige is a really fantastic friend of mine as well. I feel like we've become so close in the last year or so, and I really, really appreciate she's always there for me. She always shouting me out on her channel, which is so amazing. She's always so much fun and loving, and yeah, she's a fantastic friend as well, and I'm really lucky to have found her as well. I mean, there's just so many people, isn't there? Another person who has recently started a channel is Erin from Shebas and Shelves. Erin has been here pretty much from the beginning. Ever since she started coming to my reading sprints, she's been to pretty much every single one. I don't think I've had a reading sprint where I haven't had Erin in the comments, if not on screen, which is absolutely amazing. And she started her BookTube channel basically so that she could do a TBR for Roll of Reads, which is just amazing and beyond words. So definitely Erin. Victoria from What Victoria Read has just been an absolutely amazing person. I feel like we have become good friends outside of BookTube. We communicate via Twitter, DM each other. She has now been on my reading sprints, which was super fun, her and Chloe, and I'm hoping that Victoria will be coming on again. She shouts me out in lots of her videos as well and is always willing to chat with me and just be really amazing and supportive and lovely. And Chloe is another person who is the same. She has been around from pretty much the beginning as well, and she's always been incredibly supportive and lovely to chat with and been a great friend as well. So I really appreciate Chloe as well. And yeah, just so many people. I feel like I need to write a list, and in fact that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to scroll a list at the end of this video of all the amazing people who I could talk about forever, who have been around and been supportive and fantastic. And if they have a YouTube channel, then I will put the link that you can go and subscribe to them for. But those are some people who are just amazing, who have been fantastic and incredibly supportive, and you should go and subscribe to them because they're wonderful. The next question is, what is the best book that you have read in the past year? Wow. I have had a fantastic reading year. I have been incredibly fortunate to have read some absolutely amazing books this last year. Two that spring to mind just straight off the bat that just jumped into my head when I thought about this question for just now. One is Terra Nullius by Claire Coleman, which I read reasonably recently, and if you guys have been around on my channel for any length of time, you would know that I absolutely fell head over heels in love with this book, with this author. I'm super excited. I went and got another book of hers quite quickly after having read Terra Nullius. I'm really excited to read that one soon as well. But yeah, definitely Terra Nullius absolutely blew my mind. Another book that I absolutely loved this year that I found really interesting and really compelling was the 10,000 Doors of January by Alex E. Harrow. Really enjoyed that one, really enjoyed the writing style, just thought it was fantastic, really fun fantasy. And then the Dictionary of Lost Words, sorry I was pointing up here because it's up here, is another book that I've read this year that I absolutely loved, that I thought was absolutely amazing and fantastic. I said I was going to do 2, I'm actually doing 4 because the final one that I loved to pieces, thought was absolutely incredible, just blew my mind and I just thought was amazing, was Scythe by Neil Shusterman. I read the entire trilogy. I really loved all of the books, but the first one was just like nothing I had read before. The next question is, where do you see your channel in the next year and what do you hope to have achieved? First up, I hope that I'll actually achieve this in the next couple of months, by the end of this year, is I hope to have hit that 1,000 subscriber mark. I'm currently on 962, like I said, so I'm pretty close, so I should hope that I will reach that sooner rather than later. I do have some things that I would like to do next year, some challenges, ongoing reading challenges, and some reading goals that I'd like to do as far as my reading goes. And for this channel, yeah, I'm not really 100% sure. Just grow, learn, enjoy, read some good books, I guess. So not a huge achievement goal, but yeah, that's my answer. The next question is, what piece of advice would you give to someone who is thinking about starting a BookTube channel? So the first one is be yourself, both in terms of behind the camera or in front of the camera and how you talk and what you talk about, but also in terms of the sort of stuff that you read. It's really easy to look at what's popular, look at what gets the views, what makes people grow, and try to do that, try to fit into that mold. And unless it's something that you are actually interested in, it will be disingenuous and it'll be noticeable and you won't enjoy it. And yes, of course, obviously we're putting this out on the internet, on a social media platform, so we want people watching, we want people engaging, we want to grow those numbers, but we also are doing it because it's something we are interested in, we want to do, we want to enjoy, so doing it for fun as well, so it needs to be fun. So just be you, read what you want to read, read what you're interested in. Another piece of advice that I am very bad at doing myself, but comment on videos. Everyone at the end of a video will say, if you like this, if you think this, if this, if. So comment on those questions. I always say at the end of my videos, if you can't think of anything, leave me some sort of emoji, leave an emoji. I'm terrible. I forget to comment on people's channels all the time, but it really helps people to notice you, particularly when you are starting out. So definitely comment on people's channels. Try not to worry about numbers and growth, although that's really hard, so try. What else? What else would I say? Do the BookTube newbie tag. It's a way that people find you, so it's definitely worth doing. Yeah. And the final question, question number 11, is to tag some people who you know are having a BookTube anniversary soon. I don't actually know. I didn't have anyone that kind of started at the same time as me, in the same year as me, so I'm not 100% sure who has a BookTube channel birthday in October, but if you do, I tag you. But yeah, that is the final question. That is the end of the tag. Like I said, leave me a comment. Let me know what you thought of the video, what you thought of my answers. Let me know anything you would like to let me know. What's a book that you've really enjoyed this past year? Have you got a YouTube channel? Are you thinking about starting a BookTube channel? Comment all of that down below. If you would like to leave me a comment but you don't know what, then leave me something to do with birthdays or a present or a cake or something like that. All of my social media details are listed in the description below, so if you'd like to go and follow me on any of those other platforms, please feel free to do so. Please consider going and giving a little bit of a donation to the Last to Read book club. We have some really exciting stuff coming up that we are hoping to get going, so any help with that would be fantastic. Thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, I would absolutely love it if you would subscribe to my channel and give this video a thumbs up. And yeah, like I said, thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you next time.